Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, I'll be covering part 5 to the story, which is titled, A Wife Was Using Her Apple Watch to Facilitate Her Affair, Husband Was Secretly Planning for the Divorce. And guys, here we are. This is the big day. This actually came out a lot sooner than I thought, and so I jumped right at this, and I appreciate a number of you guys let me know this was updated, so I'm getting into this. Here we are, the big day where the wife is served. As you all recall, our guy found out about her whole affair by her Apple Watch. The phone company contacted him about something with the bill, found out that she had it on the account. He tracked down her watch hiding in a boot in their closet and deciphered what was going on, and she was having a full-on 14-month affair with a fellow doctor. She's a doctor too. And our guy was, although heartbroken, man, he handled it well. And he is now on his way to Nevada. And also, she's been served. And it's going to give you guys a big smile, good laugh. And the story really shows how a guy can go through absolute chaos, pain, and still come back stronger. But before I get into it, guys, again, as I've been saying all week, come check me out on Locals or Patreon. Come join the community over there. A lot of guys are pouring in the last week. Very happy how it's turned out. And if you want to join, you can join as a member for free or become a paying supporter for $10 a month. Either one of them, and you get a lot of stuff. So I'll post a link in the description and the top of the video. So it continues. He says, D-Day has arrived. Nothing crazy or unexpected happened. She has been officially served, and my radio silence towards her is absolute. Still unfortunate that he, I don't know, didn't have a camera recording this or something. I'm writing this Tuesday evening from a small diner just across the Utah border. I've been deliberately driving slow, taking the scenic state routes instead of rushing down the interstate, just taking in the mountain views and breathing air that finally feels completely clean. Dude, I was in Utah last May, and I absolutely loved it there. If I was ever going to get a move or get a second home that I can escape the hot Florida summers at, or just go myself for a few months, that's it. I loved it there. Holy cow. The mountains, breathtaking. And he deserves some fun, a road trip, Around 10:30 in the morning my time, when I saw my lawyer's name on my phone, it was over. The trap had been sprung. My lawyer confirmed that the private process server successfully handed her the paperwork at exactly 10 o'clock in the morning, Indiana time. While process servers don't legally body cam and record people for entertainment, my server did have to take a quick standard timestamp confirmation photo for the official court proof of service filing. And he gave my attorney a full description of how it went down. She deserves this. You all know she deserves this. She's a freaking nut. A very smart one, a very clever one. She's a sociopath and a narcissist, in my opinion here, which usually go hand in hand. Well, she didn't scream. She didn't throw a fit. When she answered the door, she was already exhausted from her shift and looked into a half-empty house had already shocked the system. That's right, he cleaned the place out with all his obvious possessions. While he handed her the summons, she just quietly broke down. The server said she just stood on the porch with a complete, solemn, depressed, and entirely defeated look on her face, crying silently as she stared at the legal documents. The reality that her secure backup plan was completely vanishing hit her all at once. Couldn't happen to a nicer girl. God. This guy handled this so well. Well, prior to receiving my lawyer's phone call, my phone absolutely detonated, starting around 9 o'clock in the morning Indiana time when she first walked into the house and realized that my things were gone. The calls and the texts started flooding in. Missed calls, FaceTime requests, and a mountain of texts. I didn't read a single word. I didn't listen to a single voicemail. I did not turn off my phone, however. Well, one can say, why didn't he just block her? But we know our guy wanted some satisfaction. And who can blame him? It's the least he could get out of this whole thing, some satisfaction of seeing them all pouring in. But now they poured in, and he can report back to us. Now he can block her. Well, about an hour ago, my best friend called. He told me that my wife drove over to his house around 11 o'clock in the morning, crying, looking for me. Told you. We all knew that was going to happen, and his car's there. My friend and his wife handled it flawlessly. They sat her down and told her the exact story that I set up. That I come over to their place over the weekend and told them I was leaving her and driving west. Well, obviously she knows these people, and obviously I'm waiting for the freak out. You could have told me! They told her I seemed completely checked out and that I insisted my love for her had been completely gone for over a year because I realized she just wasn't the person I originally married. Well, that's not a lie. They told her I didn't want to fight, I just wanted my freedom and a clean break, and that was it. Ooh. She's not dumb. With all his questioning before, she has to know something's up. Beyond, oh, I fell out of love with you and I just split town. My friends then looked her in the eye and asked, do you have any idea why he feels this way? Did something happen? Man, these two got good poker faces. She completely went quiet. She couldn't look them in the eye. After a long, heavy silence, she just whispered that she didn't know. The fact that she couldn't even confess the truth to our closest friends proves just how desperate she is to keep her pristine reputation intact. She is terrified of anybody finding out what she did. The whole friggin' hospital knew. Am I mistaken in that? If I recall, you all recall, he said that he found out from a friend's friend who's a nurse at the hospital. Everybody knew that she was having an affair with Dr. Douchebag. And he dumped her, by the way. Now the standard legal clock is officially ticking. Since she has been served, the next normal step in the process is for her to hire her own attorney. Once she retains counsel, her lawyer will file an official appearance with the Indiana court and reach out to my lawyer to begin discussing the asset division. Oh boy. There ain't no way she ain't going to try at least to go scorched earth on him. Because she's been fooled. She's been had. My attorney is already locked and loaded. He has the official audio file of her lying at the kitchen table already, ready to go. The moment her lawyer calls to try and negotiate or stall, my lawyer is going to drop the hammer and let them know that she either signs 50-50 split of the $375,000 in savings quietly, or her entire career and social circle will get a front row seat to her 14-month affair in open court. Well, I don't know. She may be quick to realize that this guy, our guy here, really wants his half. I had a guy ask me the other day in the comment section, is $375,000 his half? Like, that means they would have, a lot more than that? Or is his actual half of 375? I'm assuming that it's 375 total, and he has half of that, But she obviously will know that's what's the most important to him, so she may be like, whatever, and wants to get more than half. The next stop is Nevada, and by the way, I would like to thank a poster who said that I should check out Arizona. I'm actually looking forward to that, as it looks like Arizona desert has more life than Nevada. And so that ends this part, and now he answers a bunch of questions in the comment section we'll get into real quick, but again, I didn't expect this so soon, but this guy isn't wasting time. I honestly think, like a lot of guys posting on Reddit, and the support he gets has been helpful, really helpful, his coping mechanism. And that's what's great about a platform like that. There's a lot of wackos on Reddit, as you are fully aware, but it's very helpful to a lot of people. But I think he should take his time, enjoy himself, go to Arizona. Arizona is awesome for road trips and parks and sites and all that stuff like that. Holy crap. Go to the freaking Grand Canyon, dude. Seriously. Now, on to more things he said in the comment section. One thing he said was, in response to about his situation, it says, yeah, I think you are the one who mentioned about it a while ago, about suing the guy for alienation of affection, and the hospital for not properly vetting the guy, but according to my lawyer, Indiana has officially abolished heartache lawsuits caused by emotional hurt from failed relationships. Shocker, because obviously we know there'd be a lot of guys out there that would benefit from that. That's too bad. Also, I don't want to invest my time doing it. I'd rather focus on doing something productive, like building something. And I think, honestly, this guy just get his half of 375 and move on. He also says, in response to another question, he says, I would definitely read her messages after the divorce. I don't want to be swayed with whatever she's saying now. I have not even finished reading her and her affair partner's 14 months of revenge text. I only read it as a form of therapy when my heart starts to long for her. Okay. yeah, it's good that he from time to time will read what she wrote, because that way, because he's with her for all these years, he's gonna have moments where emotions are gonna go all over the place, as a roller coaster, as you guys have been in a situation like this or had breakups know. He needs to read those messages to remind him exactly why he's getting rid of her. He also says to another response, thanks for your concern, man, but at this point I actually don't care what the rest of our small friend group would say about me, or any other people for that matter. I trusted my best friend and his wife with the truth. 100% they will vouch for my innocence in the future. In other words, well, people will think of him as being the bad guy for just up and abandoning her. Now, if he doesn't care, okay, he doesn't care. But as I've said 16,000 times, you got to control the narrative. And she is most certainly going to try as best she can to get revenge on any front. He also says in another post, I suspect that she is aware that I know at this point. She is an intelligent woman, but I don't want to force a confession on her. Or maybe she did already in one of her messages that I ignored. I will see if she's consistent and not minimizing. I will read all the 9F after the ink is dry. Yeah, there's no way. Remember, he was asking her questions. He was recording her, saying basically, I never did anything bad to you or harmed you or forced anything, which was smart. And he was also asking her questions that she had to know something was up. And that is it. I'm going to read one comment here from a supportive viewer, or a few comments, and then wrap this up. One guy says, very well, OP, you were brilliant. An absolute spectacular exit. You're not heading west, you're going straight to Valhalla. Yeah. And I already had known that she wouldn't put up much of a fight. Betrayers are cowards, but her, she definitely is someone without feelings. She's a psycho. I hope her exhausting night off turns into a sleepless hell. Glad it's over. You were great so far. You should go through her messages. If she admitted to the affair anywhere, your lawyer needs to preserve these messages as evidence. That's a fair point. Just like I thought and said before, since you didn't reveal any evidence that you knew about the affair, she's never going to admit the truth to anybody. She almost certainly thinks you're only suspicious of the affair, not that you actually know it happened, because she was more clever than you. I have a feeling she won't even make it to her next shift. My guess is she'll quit immediately. A psychopathic mind only cares about reputation. And he also says she probably has been replaying the last conversation you had with her over the table, over and over in her head, and it's driving her crazy. I don't know about you guys, but I've been thinking all along that when the shit hits the fan and she gets served as she has and has her meltdown, I don't know, man. I hope she takes some time off, because I wouldn't want to be under her care at the hospital with all this going on here. Another comment says, you aren't plan B. Your wife created two separate realities. In reality A, she's your wife. In reality B, she's in her hospital world. You were always plan A in reality A. She's going to have a major meltdown as those realities collide. And last one, this guy says, very well, OP, you were brilliant. An absolute spectacular. Oh, I read that part about Valhalla. So anyhow, guys, there you go. Like I said, this is going to be absolutely a multi-part series. There's going to be more coming here from that. But it seems like you guys like it, and I certainly enjoy reading it, because it's rare you hear about a guy that handles awful things like this so well. And it's a model that a lot of guys can follow. But again, not everybody's wired the same, so this is just one route in taking it, but my God, he's handling it well. I don't think there's gonna be 30 episodes, but I would definitely think there'll probably be 10 with the way things are going. So anyhow, guys, there you go. And again, keep me updated if you see more updates, because there's so many stories I cover, it's kind of hard to keep track. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. I'm sure you like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.